Welcome back to Grandma's Tales. Do you remember our little wooden friend Pinocchio? Last time we saw how Geppetto's love and a magical spring gale brought him to life. But today the sun is high, the school bells are ringing, and Pinocchio is about to find out that the world outside the attic is full of both beauty and shadows. Let's see if he can stay on the path of truth, or if the whispers of the fox and the cat will lead him astray. The next morning, as the bells rang out to announce the first day of school after the spring holidays, Pinocchio set off, his book clutched to his wooden chest. The air was sweet with the scent of blossoming almond trees, but the world was waiting with its own set of thorns. Near the town square, under the shadow of a crumbling stone arch where the ivy grew thick, waited the fox and the cat. The fox, with his tattered top hat and silver-tongued lies, didn't see a boy. He saw a fortune waiting to be harvested. "Ho there, young Master Pine," the fox called out, blocking the path with a flourish of his cane. "Why waste a beautiful golden day in a dusty schoolroom when the great marionette theatre is calling your name? School is for the slow, but fame is for the swift. They have chocolate for every meal, and the puppets there never have to grow up. Come, we will show you the field of miracles, where you can plant your coins and grow a forest of gold for your poor, shivering father. Why wait for a garden to grow when you can have a forest of gold by midnight? "Don't listen," chirped the talking cricket, appearing from a crack in the ancient stone wall. "The path of the easy life is paved with splinters and thorns, Pinocchio. Real growth takes time. Go to school. Honor your father's sacrifice. You cannot rush the seasons of the soul." But the fox's words were like sweet, intoxicating syrup. Pinocchio, dazzled by the promise of instant wealth, brushed the cricket aside. The spark of the lightning inside him flickered with the thrill of the unknown, and he followed the shadows into the dark, leaving the path to the schoolhouse behind. The great puppet theatre was a cavern of flickering gaslight and heavy, dust-filled velvet curtains. The master of puppets, a giant of a man with a beard like a tangled black forest, looked at Pinocchio with greedy, predatory eyes. "A puppet without strings," he roared, his voice shaking the very rafters. Pinocchio was thrown onto the stage. He danced, he fenced with a wooden sword, and he turned somersaults that seemed to defy gravity. The crowd roared with laughter, throwing copper coins at his feet. But at night, the glamour faded like a cut flower. Pinocchio was locked in a cold iron cage, surrounded by the weeping of other puppets, whose strings were tangled and worn, their wooden hearts heavy with despair. When the puppet master decided to burn a broken old harlequin for firewood to cook his mutton, Pinocchio did something no puppet had ever done. He begged begged for mercy. "Burn me instead," he cried, his amber eyes flashing with the golden light of the storm that had birthed him. The puppet master, moved by such unexpected bravery and the scent of the sacred wood, let them both go and gave Pinocchio 5 gold coins. "Go home," he grunted, his voice softening. "A heart like that shouldn't be burned. It belongs in the sun." But the road home was treacherous, and the fox and the cat were like weeds that wouldn't be pulled. They returned, leading him to the Red Lobster Inn, a place of thick tobacco smoke and crooked shadows. They convinced him that burying his coins in the Field of Miracles at midnight would make him a millionaire by morning. "Nature is too slow," the fox whispered. "Magic is fast." As Pinocchio dug in the cold, dark earth under a moonless sky, the fox and the cat pounced. They robbed him of his coins and his hope, leaving him hanging from the branches of a great oak, his wooden body swaying in the bitter night wind. He felt his life spark fading, calling out for a father who could not hear him. He realized then that he had tried to grow too fast, and in doing so, he had lost his way. Suddenly the air turned cool and smelled of night-blooming jasmine and ancient pine needles. A light, blue and soft as a fallen star, appeared before him. It was the Blue Fairy, the spirit of the sentinel tree itself, the mother of all growth. "Why are you not in school, little spark?" she asked, her voice like the chime of silver bells. Pinocchio, ashamed of his failure and the dirt on his hands, began to tell a story. Not the truth, but a tangled web of excuses. As he spoke, he felt a strange, painful tugging. His nose began to stretch. It grew past his hands, past the branches of the oak, until it sprouted tiny, bitter leaves, and he was trapped by his own deception. "Papa, Fairy, help me! My nose is growing like a wild weed," he wailed. "The wood knows when the heart is crooked, Pinocchio," the fairy said gently. "A lie makes your spirit small, and the wood grows to show the world what is hidden inside. You cannot hide the truth from the tree of life. Truth is the only tool that can shape a boy into a man. Honesty is the rain that cleanses the soul." With a wave of her hand, she called a flock of woodpeckers to trim the nose back. "Go now. Geppetto has spent his last breath searching for you on the great salt sea. He has looked in every garden and every wave." For months, Pinocchio searched the coastlines. He travelled through the land of toys, where lazy boys were turned into donkeys because they refused to grow their minds. And he felt the coarse fur growing on his own wooden ears as he succumbed to idleness. He escaped just in time, diving into the churning ocean to wash away the shame of his choices. He swam for days, his wooden body battered by the waves, until the sky turned black and a shadow larger than any ship loomed over him. The waves are cold, and the shadow above is vast, deeper than any forest and darker than the midnight sky. Pinocchio is alone in the heart of the ocean, searching for the only light that matters, his father's love. But do not fear, little one. Even in the deepest belly of the sea, a brave heart can find its way home. The final chapter of our journey awaits, where secrets of the deep will be revealed. Rest now and breathe with the rhythm of the tides. We shall finish our tale in part 3. Good night. Sleep tight.